Hello everybody, it's me, Italian Gamer Joe, and welcome to a new stream. Tonight is May 26th, 2022. The time is 11:14 p.m. and today we are playing Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies Part 5. This is Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies Part 5. I hope that you're all having a wonderful day, night, evening, whenever you are, wherever you are, however you happen to be watching. I'm really excited to play this because last night we were trying to prove Providence in a Nancy Drew game, and unfortunately we couldn't figure it out. So I'm determined to figure out the Providence puzzle because it was taking me way too long and I feel really bad. So if we can get that puzzle solved for tonight and we can get maybe one other puzzle tonight, then I am a happy camper. I'm a happy detective. Guava, welcome on in. EM Seashell, also welcome on in. Josh, welcome on in. Thank you all for coming tonight. It's going to be a short stream tonight. It's going to be an ASMR stream. Very, very chill, very simple. Nothing too crazy. So I'm excited to come in and just hang out. And before we do that, I have one thing to announce. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Her Interactive, the Nancy Drew game developers and publishers. From now until May 31st, there is going to be a sale on the Her Interactive website. All games are 40% off. I recommend taking advantage of this sale. If you are new to the Nancy Drew games, then maybe pick one up, purchase one, see how it goes. Hey Sparkly Kids, welcome in. If you are perhaps like a super fan like me and you've played all the games, then I challenge you to pick one of the games on a Her Interactive website. Pick one of the games. Enter the code Mystery22 at checkout and give it to someone in your life. Just anyone. Any person in your life, just give it to that person. Just pick some random person on your phone. Like, go through your contacts list. Like, open your iPhone or your Android phone. Go through your contacts list and just be like, close your eyes and just be like, and then just boom. And, just pick some random person on your phone that you've never talked. Like, just if you have, just pick some random, person on your phone that you've never talked to, or someone that you haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe a family member or a friend, or maybe some random person that you talked to when you were trying to date them a long time ago. Just be like, if you're single, just be like, hey, I have some surprise for you. They're gonna be like, who are you? Why are you even in my phone? And then they're gonna be like, just give me your email address. And they're gonna be like, are you a telemarketer? And you're gonna be like, no, I'm not. No, just give me your email address. And then they'll give you the email address, and then they're gonna get an email that says, congratulations, you just got Nancy Drew, the creature of Kapu Cave. And they're gonna be like, you got me a Nancy Drew game. Who are you? And you're gonna be like, I'm Nancy Drew. Instead of I'm Batman, it's I'm Nancy Drew. Can you imagine Nancy Drew with a Batman accent? Like, can you imagine the Nancy Drew with a Batman accent? So instead of like, hi, my name is Nancy Drew, it'll be, I'm Nancy Drew, and this is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, check out the book titled How to Be a Detective. But don't tell my dad, though. He worries enough about me as it is. It's locked. Sparkly's like, find a Ned to bolt. Oh my gosh, and Sparkly. Bubba says the cable guy, call back a telemarketer and kill him with, oh my gosh, can you imagine that? Sparkle's like, I hear it in the voice she uses to talk to her bear. Can you imagine that though? Like, I'm Nancy Drew. Now I have to see this. Now I have to see like Nancy with an accent like Batman. Like, I want Nancy to do that at the end of every Nancy Drew game. At the end of every Nancy Drew game, when the culprit is like, damn you, and then Nancy's like, I win the case because I am Nancy Drew. Where are we buying a cameo from, Guava? Who do you want to buy the cameo from? Lenny Manila? Who's the cameo gonna come from? Oh, Lanny. We could just ask. I mean, we could probably just ask her and see what she thinks. Lanny. Dear Lanny, can you try to do Nancy Drew, but in a Batman accent? She's gonna reply and be like, sure, but why? Nancy is in her dancing outfit from Phantom of Venice. Oh my god. I love the cat suit. I mean, it's confirmed Nancy's Catwoman. Nancy's Catwoman. But that is what I recommend you do. I think you pick a random person in your life, ask for their email address, and then when they get surprised with Nancy Drew, they're going to be like, oh my god, why did you give this to me? I don't even know who you are. Who are you? And they're going to be like, and then you should be like, I'm Nancy Drew. Make this an April Fool's game. I know, right? Oh, imagine how many people you can like give the love and power of Nancy Drew to. All you need is their email address to click send as a gift at checkout and make someone's day with the love of Nancy Drew. Imagine if you had Lanny in your game. Do that last one instead. Actually, Sparkly, Lanny is in my game. I don't know if I ever got a chance to tell you, but Lanny is gonna be in Super Spy Academy. Lanny, I called Lanny, left her a voicemail, and then she got back to me, and it's official. Lanny Manella is gonna be in my Super Spy Academy. And yes, check out her IMDb page. She requested that that if you would like to look up more information on her, if you'd like to look her up and get to know like her work and get to see more of her like where she's come from and how many games she's done, I highly recommend that you go to IMDb and check out her IMDb link, because there are so many games that Lanny's done over the years. She's done hundreds of games. So I recommend checking out her IMDb, because you might find a game in there that you play that you never even knew she was in. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Thanks, Sparkly. I really appreciate that. But anyway, once again, thank you for the sponsorship, Her Interactive. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Her Interactive. Okay, so we're going to go back to the main game. Infinite Joe. Oh, you can see my Super Spy Academy hub on Steam, even though it's not ready yet. You can see it. You can see my Super Spy Academy hub. But you can't see it in the store yet. So it's up, but it's not in the store yet. It's only I can see like that because I own the game. But like, once I publish it, you'll be able to see it in the store and everything. Yeah, you'll get to see. Yeah, so it's official. It's official. Super Spy Academy's on Steam, but not yet because I have to publish it. It is a sneak peek, though. It is a sneak peek. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to release Super Spy Academy. You don't even want to know how excited I am. Okay, so we're gonna do the authentic. We're gonna do the Provenance puzzle tonight. That is my plan. So we're gonna put the phone in. We're gonna do the Provenance, and okay. Let's see. So it was jewelry. In my notes, I have July 2nd. I have Starvos in my notes. I have the Golden Age. I have so I have okay, so let me see. Godric with the point redemptions. Thanks, Godric. I really appreciate that. Here's your stretch. Godric's redemption of Hydrate is brought to you by Ice Mountain Water. Honestly, Guava, I've decided to Google the Game Boomers walkthrough for this because I'm desperate for solving the puzzle. And we're just gonna do that. So the current owner is the State Museum of Fine Arts, and then I need to put my phone in there.
Done.
Okay, so this one's done. The next one is Nameen. Nameen is located the lion statue. So we have to go to the lion statue and just get that real quick. So the lion statue is located right here, I think. Yeah, Nameen lion. So we're going to take a picture of it. We're going to zoom in. There we go. Hopefully Nancy will like, or maybe we'll just do the lion by itself.
That should do it.
Okay, so we got the lion. I'm glad that there's no like accuracy filter or something, because that would suck if there was. All right, Providence. The next one is a sculpture. It is June 29th. Mikel is the one that received it. Kostas Bezos Gallery. World of Gods and Heroes. And finally, it ends in November. Oh, we submitted the picture of Xena on accident.
Done.
Okay, the next one is vase depicting 4 women, one seated holding bird, another. Okay. Go to the vases, look at the left display, take a picture of the vase with the 4 women on top. Okay. So we're gonna go do that. Go to the left display. And then it says the 4 women at the top shelf. Did I go to the wrong display? Let's see. I missed some chat. I'm sorry. Godric wants me to Godric redeemed rant about a Nancy Drew game for 1 minute. Okay, I will do the rant. Godric also redeemed a Would You Rather. Spoken says, oh, the owners and return dates are in one of the binders in the cabinet. Yeah. The guides are also fine. I'm using the guide. I'm desperate. Godric, can you give us a Would You Rather? Okay, so my rant for Nancy Drew, Labyrinth of Lies, is going to start right now. For 1 full minute. Starting now. Are you looking to get a new job or career change? Are you excited to start a new chapter in your life that perhaps involves data entry, museum curation in Providence, printing out pictures with an unlimited ink, holding 400-page books and novels, finding Easter eggs, playing in an elevator, and yes, you heard that right, playing in an elevator, and figuring out really, really obscure math puzzles that involve looking at pictures of strange and just obscure temple pieces? Then you've come to the right place. Welcome to Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies. After playing 8 hours, and potentially even 20 of this game, you'll be able to put this game on your resume because you'll have the knowledge you need to become an admissions, what am I saying? Data entry clerk. You'll become a data entry clerk today. Please purchase the game for $19.99 and you'll be able to put this on your resume. That's my rant. That is my rant for Labyrinth of Lies. It's extremely educational in all the right ways and also all the wrong ways at the same time. Like, to me, this is a love letter to Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand. And for whatever reason, every time a museum Nancy Drew game happens, it's always like uber educational, which is great, but also like, oh, the puzzles are crazy. Godric says, oh wait, Have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future. Well, Godric, I have a question. Can I... okay, actually, I'll just answer your question. If I can use it whenever I want, if I can use that power whenever I want, I would do the 10 minutes. I would always do the 10 minutes into the future. That would be my... I'd pick 10 minutes. If I could only use it once, then I would do the 150 years. If I could only do it once, I would do the 150 years. If I could do it anytime I want, then 10 minutes. Guava says, like, wow, it's so nice seeing these pictures to show on the same screen. Also, why aren't they submitting? Joe, are you a data entry clerk? I used to be in college in EMC Shell. When I was in college, I was a data entry clerk for my college. Submits a picture of an email for the 5th time. I think Scarlet Hand was a little worse. Yeah, it had some interesting stuff going on. Godric, how are you? How are you, Godric? I hope you're having a good night. Okay, we have to find 4 women. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Go to the vases display. Look at the left display. The vases display and look at the top display. How many vase displays are there? Wait, but how many vase displays are there? No, that's definitely the one. Look at the left display. Take a picture of the vase of the 4 women at the top shelf. Zoom in. Alright, Nancy. Well, we're going to have to take pictures of all of these vases. So, you asked for it, Nancy. This one looks gay. That was wrong.
Done.
Okay, we got the... we did the gay one first. And then we got the real one. We did the gay one first. Guava, I wanted the one of the gay one first, but you know, just let me have my moment. Let me have my moment. Okay, according to this, it says it's a vase. June 30th. Sophia. National Archaeology Museum. Permanent collection. August. I don't have my phone. Imagine having to redo that. Ooh.
Got it.
Submission accepted. Time gap indicated. Unable to confirm provenance. Ooh. Nancy's gonna have to make a phone call to someone. She should probably make a phone call to Melina right now. Right now. Melina, your printer ran out of ink. Your printer ran out of ink.
Hi, Nancy.
Why is Niobe making copies of the art?
Not copies. Approximations.
Good night, Sparkly. Thanks for coming in.
Follow.
Thanks for coming
Concept
in.
of this whole debacle
Thank you.
was, maybe a bit too ambitious.
Thank you.
It all came together in pieces until I was in over my head.
Tell me what you mean.
When the stage renovation became a reality, people started paying attention to our little museum again. Great, right? That let me attract patrons and set up loans, and bit by bit, the exhibit came together. And soon we had a world-class exhibit on our hands.
Sounds great to me.
It is, but it isn't. No one in all of Greece has heard of the Phidias Cultural Center. Here we are with a world-class exhibit and no eyes to enjoy it.
So that's where the play comes in.
Right. It was a new idea. We put the art where it belongs, right in front of the gods. Once the play is done, the audience can go see the very pieces shown on stage. But the real version, of course.
That's a cool concept.
It is, but then comes the problem of how to copy the art, but not copy the art. Niobe had to sign some paperwork agreeing to use only certain materials, colors, and scale.
So none of the copies could be confused with the originals, right?
Right. She's done a wonderful job, but we've had the owners breathing down our necks every step of the way. Every step. Never again.
Later.
Goodbye.
Not Nancy being like, later. Like, I don't understand how that was a common form of goodbye back in, like, 2012, was this? Later. Later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Okay, let's see. I think we're gonna have to call the Hardy Boys. Let me call the Hardy Boys. Why do they look? Why does Frank Hardy, or is that Joe?
Finally.
Why does Joe
What
Hardy?
happened back there?
Sorry,
Why does Joe Hardy look like Nick Nelson from Heartstopper?
I was caught off guard from a very convincing scene from a play.
So everything is fine?
Can't say that for sure, but no one is being actively kidnapped.
Nancy, I've got a strange feeling about what's happening at the museum.
I feel the same way. Something seems a bit off.
Want us to look into everyone at the museum?
That would be great. Please do.
Consider it done. Call us back in a bit, and we'll have everything you need to know.
Oh my gosh, there was Labyrinth of Lies movie. Oh my gosh.
I might need some outside help.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward that.
What have you guys been up to?
The usual business on the side.
Are you thinking of leaving the mystery game behind?
No,
You are
Joe.
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Interest?
It's no.
Okay.
Zero things is about.
You're going.
It in.
I can't.
It's way down the.
Me too.
Well, apparently they were working on something. I bet you it was Midnight in Salem. It was a month apart. Oh my gosh, Guava, that's crazy.
What's the network?
Hey,
What?
I don't.
I decided to skip all of
Later.
it because
Bye.
the conversation didn't come up.
Still have to do that.
Okay, so we have to label the vase display, but Nancy won't let me label it yet.
I need something to help me figure
Yeah.
out which vase is which first.
Damn it. Track down the key to the poster's
Haven't done
display
that.
box. Figure out what's inside the three judges' trunk. Figure out the importance of vine tiles. Trigger the keypad in the TARDIS. Find a way to cross the river of fire, and then find the password to this. I need a book of vases and a printer. Oh, not Nancy, like, needing a book about vases. Nancy has a book about everything. She has, like, a 400-page novel with her. Like, she's, like, 12 novels with her in her duffel bag. Literally. Can you imagine someone just going in here to the lottery and, like, playing this? Like, really wanting to play this? Like, I don't even think you get anything for it. Yeah, I guess she doesn't. You get an achievement? Oh, did you get the achievement, Guava? I don't see any books.
I need to wait until the last vase is fired.
Oh. Is it fired? Oh, it is. Okay, we're gonna make a new one for today's stream. We're gonna make a new one. We're gonna do the tall vase. And this time we're gonna put a bunch of men in it. Like, okay, so there's a man here, and a man here, and a man here, and a man here, and a man here. And all these men are making their way. They're making their way to their horsies. And all the horsies are just waiting around. They're all like, what is taking them so long? And then, in the meantime, though, there's branches of thick forest. And the men can't get to the ponies because they got lost in the forest. So the men are like, oh no, what do we do now? And then all the horsies just got lost too, and then for whatever reason this giant Pegasus bird thing appeared, and the Pegasus bird thing's sibling appeared, and you can't see its face because in the original artwork depiction you couldn't see its face either. And then this angel appeared and said, horsies, I will guide you because I am the superior owner, and I will guide you to peace. And then, we're going to just put some more forest just to, like, make it look more, like, crazy. And then the horsies became free, and then that's the story. And that is Greek mythology? Okay. I don't see a book anywhere. I don't see any books. Does Nancy have to read the books? No. Hi, Demon Maniac. How are you? Hope you've been well. It's been a hot minute. Hope you're doing well. We're just chilling. We're just chilling tonight, relaxing, and just. It's a Greek Nancy Drew game that's all about Greek mythology. You think Niobe just gives it to me?
What is it?
I'll let you go.
Until later.
Problem is there's two Niobes. There's the one that's doing vase stuff, and then there's the one doing this stuff.
What is it?
Talk to you later.
Until later.
So I don't know what to do. There's a lot going on in this game right now, and I don't know what to do.
Do you like what you found in my bag?
Sorry if that was intrusive, but I'm here to keep tabs on the museum.
Oh, then let me help you. The museum is on the exterior of the bag. The interior of the bag is not the museum. Museum? Not museum.
Got caught.
You've made your point.
See that I have.
Did I upset you earlier?
No. The show was starting to rest on my shoulders more and more. I needed to catch my breath.
Ope, I know, right?
Why were you casting the role of Plutus?
I knew I hadn't made my point.
I don't recall Plutus ever being in the Persephone myth.
Xenia had a sequence in mind where Demeter petitions all the gods.
Yeah,
It was
thank
too
you. I hope you've been well
boring,
too.
Expensive, and did I mention too boring?
Have you Demon Maniac, what games are you working on right now, or what games are you playing right now? King's Quest. Oh, nice. Demon Maniac, have you seen the trailer for the new Monkey Island game coming out? I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Ron Gilbert's new Monkey Island game. I am beyond excited.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I know, right, Guava? Like, Nancy has no shame. She has no shame whatsoever. I can't talk tonight. She has no shame whatsoever. I can't talk. I'm so tired. Okay. No, I'm not tired.
I need a big favor.
Ooh.
Okay, what's that?
Can you set me up with the time cards from the office? I have been so underwater, I haven't been tracking our rehearsal time.
I'll see what I can do. Goodbye.
Bye.
So I guess we have to help Xena with her time cards because she wasn't logging her time properly. Xena, why are you making me do your timesheet entries?
I should call Melina before giving these to Xenia.
We're gonna call Melina. Someone wasn't doing their timesheets.
How are things going?
Demon says, I've been playing King's Quest fan game that's controlled entirely with voice commands. It's great. Oh, it sounds amazing. Wow. A lot of this game is finding out which person you're allowed to talk to next. Yeah, it really is.
Xenia wants a copy of the time cards. Can I share those with her?
No.
Should I be concerned that she wants the time cards?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll stall for now. Any advice?
Hi,
Keep
Brendan.
an eye
How's
on
the
her.
school stuff going?
Did the police talk to you about the Did
What you think I'd...
No.
No, but I have to ask.
Blah, 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 blah.
Did you know about the secret door?
What?
No, it,
Blah, 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 blah,
Later.
blah. Wait, did Melina not know about the secret door? Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
can't still have to do that.
Can I take this key out? I can't take the key out. Alright, well, we're gonna have to stall. Maybe we'll tell Xeno we couldn't find it.
Hi.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Yes, secret door. We all know it. It's pretty hard to control, but it's definitely an experience and interesting. Yeah, I mean, adventure games are all frustrating though. So I mean, believe me, if you're remotely an adventure game fan, you'll know that. I mean, which you are. I know you are, but like, aren't they all so frustrating? Okay, I'm gonna need some hints for these. Call for help for identifying art. The Hardy Boys?
Hello.
Have you been able to look into the... Tell
Blah,
me...
blah, 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 blah.
We
Everyone's...
reached out.
No,
We,
Blah, 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 blah. Basically, what they're talking about is that some people in the play could potentially be evil. I asked Melina if she's involved with the missing art. I found a list in Gregor's bag. Do you think involved in missing artwork? What can you tell me about these people?
goodbye.
Nothing. That's cool, Demoniac. That's so cool. Call for help, and then Melina tells you nothing. Not the correct time to call. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see. You'll need the passcode. The keypad is built into the set. Look for some stage directions. Trigger the keypad in Tartarus. You'll need the passcode. The keypad is built into the set. Look for some stage directions. Figure out the importance of the vine tile carving. You'll need to find the missing tile first. Well, the trunk. Keep an eye out for the items that need to be weighed. It may take a while. Label the vase display. Literally half the tasks are just like, I need help. Go find it. I need more help. Go find it. Literally, this game is the epitome of, oh, you need help? Too bad.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Leave.
This entire game is literally like, oh, you need help? Sorry. Okay, I'll look in Melina's office. Okay, so the keypad in the Tartar display is over here. No, it's this one right here. But according to this Xena script, is it 18355? No, that's wrong. I don't think it has anything to do with it. Interesting. There's 2 tasks I can only do right now. This game is a lot of like information searching and a lot of backtracking. Like, this game gives you like so much crap to do. This game feels like a part-time job. I feel like I'm gonna put this in my resume. Oh yeah, no, we are. Okay, we're going. So Guava mentioned a face display, but Guava, I don't see anything. Guava. There's nothing here, Guava. Nancy, I need help. Everyone else. Do I look like a detective? There's no vase display in this office. I mean, there's vases, but like, there's some vases up there, but there's no display. The computer. Please update the mailbox. We did that. Nothing new from the messenger. Wait, I thought we did this already. Wait a minute. There's a second one? We completed this. So is this optional? Look in the cabinet and then close the folder. Oh. Look in the cabinet. I don't see anything in here, Guava. But there's nothing in here. There's nothing in there. I don't see anything, Guava. Is there a second place it could be? I'm so confused, Guava. Will Nancy just magically know?
I need something to help me
No.
figure out which face is which first.
I have no idea. I'm sus right now. Let's see. We'll do this. Let's call the Hardy Boys.
Hi.
Joe, hi.
What did you find out about Gregor?
Did you notice anything
Gregor,
about his
Gregor,
Greek accent?
Gregor.
What Greek accent?
Right? He's an American, and Gregor is not his name.
Really?
Really?
So, who is he?
He may be an actor, like he says. We can't figure out why he changed his name.
But we did find out a bit about his past.
What's his story?
Pretty sad, actually. He's an only child. His parents
I
died
know,
when he was
right?
really young.
He grew up completely alone.
In and out of foster care until he aged out of the system.
May explain the assumed name.
Right.
Oh, I feel so
Maybe
bad
the
for
name
Gregor.
has some meaning.
Right. It could be a stage name.
Like a nom de plume.
Okay.
But for actors.
Or it could be something more serious.
Like a nom de guerre.
Unlikely. Either way, we'll look into it.
Did you find anything out about Xenia?
She seems to be more or less who she says she is.
We know she's from New York.
She grew up around a lot of artists and professors and the like.
Looks like she was put in contact with the production's organizers and jumped at the chance to direct.
That seems reasonable.
It does, but we're gonna keep looking.
The dots connect, but who knows if we're seeing all the dots?
Oh, I know that feeling.
Interesting.
Anything I should know about Thanos?
Be careful around Thanos.
Why? What's his story?
We're looking into it, but he was brought in for questioning about something recently.
Well, what for?
Ooh.
We're still looking into it. The whole thing is very strange.
Okay, explain.
All we know is that he is on the network's radar.
He is? Why?
He's killed people.
Ooh.
Yes, it's serious. He worked in private security and he was directly involved in a fatal shooting.
He's dangerous, but only when the situation calls for it.
And when does the situation call for it?
We
Crazy.
don't know.
Scary.
Do you think Melina could be involved with the missing artwork?
Oh my gosh.
Inside
Yeah,
job.
MC Shaw. That's
Wouldn't be the
amazing.
first time.
You should talk to her. See what
It's
she says.
amazing.
That's
Love
always
it.
so hard to do, but
I love it.
comes with the territory, I guess.
It's all in the tone of voice.
Is that so?
Yeah, check this out. Are you the type of terrible person who steals?
And this works?
Not at all.
Just be direct.
Brendan, oh
And
my
if she gets
gosh.
upset, just say,
Yes.
take it away, Frank. That's what I say, at least.
What can you tell me about Niobe?
She is an amazing
Oh my gosh, you
artist.
maniac. I love those emotes. I love
Well, she
them.
was. I saw a few of her pieces at the
They're
Met.
so adorable.
Stunning. Her paintings
Oh my
spoke to
gosh,
my
they're so
soul.
cute.
I didn't know you were a fan of painting.
Nance, I'm more cultured than Greek yogurt.
He's been saving that one.
I have. I was toying with Europuns for a while.
I'm more
Couldn't
cultured
figure out
than
if
Greek
it was gyro
yogurt.
or
Oh my gosh.
Gyro or gyro. So I moved to tzatziki for a while, and that was a dead end. Now Saganaki.
Reeled in, buddy.
Right. Her work is abstract, but not.
How so?
The docent told me that under each abstract painting is a photorealistic painting.
Huh?
She paints over her work. She replaces the painting with the feeling of the painting. The amazing thing is that you can sense it. You know what's there.
What happened to Poppy Dada? I miss Poppy Dada.
I asked Melina if she was involved with the missing art.
So, what's your take?
I think she might be innocent.
They
It sounds like she
are
practically grew up at the
brothers.
museum.
They're brothers.
Why?
We looked into it, and she didn't move here until she was in her teens.
Well, did you find anything else I should know?
No, but that's worth looking
I know,
into.
right, Brendan?
If Niobe's such a talented artist, why is she acting?
The part Joe left off is likely the reason. Her career is steeped in controversy.
In what way?
She was accused of art forgery, but it's not true.
You don't want it to be true.
Of course I don't. But the docent I met said what happened to her was a tragedy. I mean, he looked like he was going to cry just by thinking about it.
What happened?
He wouldn't say. All he said is her paintings will never bear her name.
No,
Apparently,
George and Bess are
everyone knows
straight.
She's lost all credibility in the art world, but no one seems to know why.
I'll watch her from a distance for now. I found an odd list in Gregor's bag.
That's where I'd keep an odd list.
What's it say?
It's a list of names.
I guess that's odd. All lists are odd, come to think of it.
Read me the names.
Mikhail Dimitrov, Grant Nagy, Etienne Martin, Kurt Mueller, Emma Portnoy, and Kostas Bezos.
We'll look into it.
I like how they just hang up on her.
Hi.
Goodbye.
Bye.
No one wants to tell me anything.
Can't check that off yet.
Literally no one in this game wants to talk to me.
Hello.
Oh, wait.
Are you Niobe, the famous painter?
Was.
A friend of mine is obsessed with your work.
I don't want to hear about your friend or anyone else.
I'm sorry. Did I upset you?
You did. It's not your fault, but I had to snap at you.
Why?
No one cared about my art, but they loved to look at the smoking wreckage of my career.
Hey, Breaking
I don't
Otter.
talk about that.
Welcome in.
Okay, I respect that.
I'm starting over. I'm here. This is what I've got now.
Is the museum's collection the real reason you're here?
What makes you ask that? I'm supposed to be trying new things in my life. That's what everyone says. Move on. Be new. Try new things. Don't dwell.
Sorry if I offended. It just seems like a pretty rare chance to study all of this great work.
Oh, guilty. I heard different words from what you meant. I can't even begin to tell you what it's like. When I was small and the other girls were crushing on the boys, I was falling in love with Phidias. No joke. A terminal art girl from
Aww.
the jump. Which reminds me, in case it's contagious, I've got books for you. Learn the language and art will speak to you. If I wasn't so terrified of that nightmarish amphitheater, I'd be skipping around the place.
I'll let you go.
Until later.
So there's two versions of Niobe. There's that one, which is the one of her in costume, and there's the one of her as like an artist down here. So what do you think of this
Hello.
version of her?
I'll let you go.
Until later.
And the game treats them as two different characters, but they're the same. They're the same person. Wait, really, Guava? Am I having? I wonder if I'm having network issues. Let me check real quick. Is the stream lagging for anyone else? No. Nope, stream is good. It's your phone? Okay. Can you lower the quality, perhaps? Maybe you can lower the quality of it? Okay.
Yes?
What's your art background?
I completed my first piece, oatmeal on vertical plaster wall, at 6 months. It was magnificent. From there, it was variations on a similar theme.
Okay,
So
Guava.
you came to it naturally?
I came to loving it naturally. The rest was a struggle. But I always loved the study, especially the old Greek masters. Look around the museum.
I'm sorry, Guava.
You're in the presence of greatness. Art is the physical manifestation of men and women
why it's like that.
reaching across thousands of years to share their secrets. And secrets never come easy. But they also never leave your heart. They're reaching out for you, Nancy. See them and reach back.
Hey, Reap, welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Guava says that they're back. No, I mean, Demon Maniac. It's just her. She, and she's the same person. It's the same person. It's just, they just put her in different rooms and make her look different.
Do you have access to much of the museum's art?
I get to study what's out and already cataloged, but I can't get at the rest.
Could an artist create an exact copy of the art on display?
Nice, Reap. It's
What are you
awesome.
trying to
I'm
fool?
glad to hear
An
that you're almost
expert, I
done.
guess.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Any expert.
That's the trick. That's why most forgery doesn't work. Each expert speaks a different language. Some are chemists. Some focus on the process until they dream in brushstrokes, patina, and lacquers. It's
Thanks,
easy
Guava,
to
for
fool
sharing the
one
sale.
expert. Impossible to fool every expert.
Could you?
I couldn't fool any expert, let alone every expert.
Bye-bye.
Until later.
Okay, so we just had a good conversation with Niobe, so I'm wondering if that'll trigger more conversations with other people. So we're going to try talking to Xena and everyone else and just see if there's anything else.
All right.
Yep, perfect.
Can I help with anything?
We're set. I can't keep distracting you
They
from your
didn't,
job
Guava,
anyway.
they didn't.
Why did you choose Persephone's story?
I didn't click with it at first, but now when we rehearse, when I'm in the meadow,
Oh, sorry, Reap.
in my mind, I don't
He might
see
be in
the
here. He might be
narcissistic
lurking, I
powers
don't know.
gathering. I see the moments of
Interrogates
my
you.
life,
Okay, bye.
and everything turns sour. But I see myself, the Persephone version of myself, and I am her.
I'm so glad you like them, Reap. It's
I know
awesome.
that's weird. That means there's something real about it.
Okay, I'll check into it.
Did you know about Niobe's career problems?
That she copied another artist's work?
Well, something like that.
Stop the questions there. I've never met anyone more regretful than Niobe.
Interesting.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
It's very interesting. Okay. They are pretty dramatic in the funniest of ways, like the cutest of ways.
I have a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
Why are you here?
I was invited.
Are you an art expert?
No.
I guess I don't get it.
If it's okay for me to say so, it seems like you had a bit of a rough time growing
Right,
up.
Guava?
We chose to put on a Greek tragedy.
It's too funny.
But when your parents die young, it's Dickens or nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
The hard days are over. Growing up alone had its perks. It taught me how to study people. When you don't have much power, you have to know how to read people in your life.
So it was something of a survival strategy?
You could say that. Each time they put me in a new home, I do my research.
Oh.
Listen, watch people, feel them out.
Gregor was the one that was in the
Every once
foster
in a while,
care
I'd strike
system.
gold and find a diary.
Why?
If I like the family, I do my best to be what they wanted.
You didn't want to be yourself?
I didn't think I'd be okay if I did. I figured
My heart goes
if
out
you're
to
taking in a
him.
kid, there must be something.
My heart goes out to him.
Try to be whatever or whoever was missing from their home until they realize that never works. Not a great way to grow up. But an actor couldn't ask for finer training.
Oh man, so many. Okay.
How did you get into acting?
It's not a proud story.
Are you okay telling me?
For you, dear, I'd do anything.
Aw,
was
I like him better
discovered
than
in the
Ned.
costume department,
Nothing embarrassing about that.
stealing a warm jacket.
Got it.
It was just my luck that the director of the theater needed some extras he couldn't afford. So for my first gig, I was planning on not going to juvenile lockup.
A few key words to leave off the resume.
That's just how they.
I ran your background
That's too
check.
funny.
Now, why would you go and do a thing like that? It's already been done.
My friends have access to some pretty powerful resources. I have some bad news to report.
Should I sit down?
Maybe. According to my sources, you're not who you say you are.
Oh. I should probably be wearing something else then.
I know your background. My question is, why did you use a false name?
Not false. I changed it legally. I slipped a little, not enough, money in the envelope to keep the record sealed.
Oh, I feel so bad for Gregor. Good night, Brendan. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for just hanging out with us. I really appreciate it, and hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well for you so far. Let's see.
Is there a significance to the name you're using?
There is. All the significance in the world. Gregor is the man who caught me stealing. He ran the theater.
Is he a hero of yours?
Mentor, I guess. He said I was a natural on the stage, but hopeless at life. My boy, you're the only student I've ever had to teach how to stop acting. With each show and rehearsal, he gave me a space to get to really be myself for the first time.
He sounds very special.
The truth might just be that he was an average man who found an unfortunate kid. To me, he was great.
This is so sad. I feel so bad for him.
What are your plans after the show?
One day, I'd like to open up a theater of my own. Maybe give back the gifts I was given.
I think that's a nice idea.
And I'd put Gregor's name on the marquee. Like I said, I'm just borrowing the name. I've been keeping it safe until I can put it where it belongs.
I can't find any records of your previous performances.
People don't really consider what we do to have much artistic merit. It's more like historical reenactments. No one reviews those.
Did you know Niobe has a history as an art forger?
I did, and that's a very dramatic way of putting it.
Explain the difference to me.
It's the difference between cheating off a friend and robbing a bank.
Damn.
Still, she did commit art forgery.
She hid behind her friend because she was timid. If you ask me, her so-called friend is the real criminal here, making millions while Niobe scrapes by.
About that Plutus casting sheet I found in your bag?
Which, let's remember, isn't part of the museum.
Something about it
That is too
seems
funny.
odd. Why would you be casting this late in the game?
I like working with undiscovered talent.
Wouldn't Xenia be casting? Wouldn't there be some reference to Plutus in the script somewhere?
You're unbelievable.
I know, right, Guava?
It's a
She
trait
really
you and
doesn't.
I
She really
share,
doesn't.
Apparently.
I didn't lie. And don't you dare call anyone on that list.
My contacts are already on it.
Nancy, you have no idea what you just did.
Explain it to me.
With pleasure. For the last 5 years, I've been researching angel investors. You know what those are?
Yeah, they invest in new businesses when no one else will.
Those are my angel investors. Or were. For my theater. For Gregor's theater. It took years to get those names. They were coming to opening night, Nancy. And now, they're gone. I promise it. Your contacts asking about me like I'm a crook?
If you have nothing to hide, then you have nothing to worry about.
Leave me alone.
Oh,
Now! Go and don't come back!
Oh, I feel so bad for him. Oh, that's so sad. He was really disappointed. That is really upsetting. Wow. We can still look like we could still look at the paper too. I don't know though. Why are these I'm still a little bit suspicious though. I don't know why, but I'm just a little bit suspicious still. I love using the lift.
Don't get too wrapped up in Gregor's sad stories.
Why not?
Your contacts are not so trustworthy.
Why do you spend all of your time in the underworld?
It's quiet.
It's a bit unnerving.
It is.
Does it bug you too?
Bug? No, girl. It pours ice into my belly.
Then why?
I have men waiting for me after I die.
What do you mean?
Yeah, D-Man, there's tons of them.
You
There's
never
33
have
of
to
them.
know.
There's 33 with the 34th game currently in development, according to Her Interactive over the years. But we haven't had any news on it yet or anything, so all we can do right now is hope.
You're a dangerous man from what I hear.
Yes?
You've killed someone before?
Is that what you heard?
Yep.
It's true.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Good.
Were you caught?
Caught? No, I wasn't caught. I was doing my job.
What was your job?
I rode in an armored car.
Security?
Not like you think. I protected money, but it wasn't special like I thought. No gold bullion, no bank headquarters.
What then?
Markets, restaurants. They trained me, walk in ready to fight.
One day a fight happened?
No, no fight. One day I followed the protocol my bosses handed me.
Someone was injured?
2 men, dead. The pieces of paper that trained me, burned gone.
What happened to you?
I came here, to the underworld.
That is crazy. Like, I don't know why, but like, there's something about Thanos that like I don't feel as like Nancy's getting this vibe that she's like kind of creeped out by him, but at the same time, I'm not as creeped out by Thanos. Like, I feel like Thanos is kind of like a what you see is what you get kind of person. Like, he's kind of very like upfront. Where with Grigor, it's more like there's almost like a slyness to him, like a fox. Like it's hard to explain. Like, it's like a very sly, like he's and like I don't know. Where with him, it's like you look into his eyes and it's like he's seen death. Like it's crazy. I don't know. Like there's almost like a calmness to Thanos that like is alluring, and it's not because I'm into him, but like maybe it's just the way he talks and the way he is. Like it's just he's very philosophical. He's just I don't know. I really like what they did with this character design. Like, not only is he like handsome and like muscular, and he looks like every Sims 4 gay man's dream, but like he's deep. Like he's very deep. He is more straightforward. Yeah, he is more straightforward. Like Patchwork, but a bit more nuancing. Yeah, menacing. Yeah, yes, I agree. 100%. 1000%. Okay, everybody. Tonight I said was going to be a really short stream because we're doing an ASMR stream, and it was just a simple before bed kind of thing. But I just want to say thank you, everybody that came in tonight to hang out with me. I really appreciate getting this opportunity to play something, to play some Nancy Drew, even if it was just for a little bit, and just getting the opportunity to just play something and just hang out with you. So for those of you that did come in tonight, I just want to say thank you for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for taking the time to be in here tonight. It's been a good time. Before I go, I'm just gonna say that once again, this stream was sponsored by Her Interactive. Go to their website at herinteractive.com. Search the Nancy Drew games. All games are 40% off. If you look up the code Mystery22, either purchase one for yourself. They all come with strategy guides, which is really nice. That I did not know. So if you go to the Nancy Drew website and you purchase the game there, it comes with a PDF strategy guide of the game, which I also just found out recently. So not only are you getting the full game, but you're also getting a beautifully rendered artwork of a strategy guide that has like specific pages, and it's pretty and it's fully artwork. You can print it. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. So I recommend going to the Her Interactive store for that. Either get it for a friend, get it for yourself. Highly, highly recommended. Thanks, Quava, for fixing that. But yeah, and so thanks for that. And yeah, once again, everybody, thank you for coming in tonight. I'm going to figure out who I'm going to raid. Okay, I think I know who I'm going to raid tonight. One streamer that I really enjoy watching, because I think he's just a lot of fun to hang out with, is Buff Boy Games. And he plays tons of adventure horror games. Like, he's a big horror game fanatic. And I love his content because he's just a big horror game fan. So we're going to go ahead and check out Buff Boy. But once again, I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with me. And tune in very, very soon for part 6 of Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies. Tune in very soon for part 6 of Labyrinth of Lies. Good night, everybody. See you all next time. Thanks, Barking Otter, Guava, EMC Shell, Brendan. Godric was here earlier. Sparkly Kiss. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and hope you all have a great night. See you all soon. Italian Gamer Joe is signing off. Whew.